Hello everyone. In the last tutorial we discussed what actually is a C language, why we use C, and what languages were introduced before C, characteristics of C and the areas where C was used for the development purpose, its environment and the back-end process of execution, different parts in which we saw the structure of a C program, and we learned the basic building blocks of C. What is function and its classification, and we saw how a function works and the syntax to declare and define a function in a program. Today we will see how to pass arguments to a function. There are two ways to pass arguments. Arguments passed to a function can be any kind of data. We can pass through call by value or through call by reference. The original value is not modified when passed through call by value, and when called by reference, original value is modified. Let's understand these two concepts one by one. Call by value. As we can see here, the sample program where we have passed arguments through call by value. In this program, as you can see, we have initialized the x value with 100, and to see the value of x we have written printf. As we can see in the output, its value is 100 before the function is called. Then we call the function by passing argument as x, that is calling by value. Inside the function change, the x value before adding is 100 and after adding it is 200. Now the compiler prints the x value as 100 as the function change is called by value. From this we can understand that value being passed to the function is locally stored by function parameter in stack memory location. If at all you change the value of function parameter, it is changed only for the current function. It will not change the value of variable inside the caller method such as main. Call by reference. To understand better the concept, let's see the sample program. Here we initialize x with value 10. Before the function is called, the value remains same. And when the function change is called by reference, the x value inside the function is 10, and after adding value inside function, the x value is 20. Now in the main function, after the function is called, the C value gets uploaded by 20. It's updated by 20 as it is called by its address. We will learn in further tutorials about pointers to understand call by reference. For now, just remember that a pointer is nothing but a variable which points the address of another variable. Keywords. There are 32 keywords in C. Keywords are reserved words. They have fixed meaning. You cannot use it as a variable name, constant name, etc. Each keyword have a special meaning and they should be written only in lower cases. These are 32 keywords in C language that are used in a program. These keywords serve as a basic building blocks for a program statement. Coming to identifiers. They refer to user-defined names of variables, functions and arrays, and consist of letters and digits with letter as a first character. In order to write identifiers, we must keep in mind some of its rules. The first of an identifier must be an alphabet, and it must have only letters, digits and underscore. It must not have any white spaces. Let's see some of the examples of identifiers. Here we have legal identifiers and illegal identifiers. Legal identifiers can be any name like student age, student followed by underscore age. Item 10 can also be an identifier. It's a legal identifier. And in illegal identifiers, as I said, we should not write here space is there, so it's an illegal identifier. And continue is a reserved keyword. And 10th term, it should not start with a digit, so it's an illegal identifier. In principal plus interest, here the character is given, so it's an illegal identifier. Constants. Constants refer to fixed values that the program may not alter during its execution. These fixed values are also called as literals. Constants are treated just like regular variables except that their values cannot be modified after their definition. They can be any of basic data type like integer, constant, floating constant, character constant, or a string constant. Let's see each of it in detail. Integer constant. It can be a decimal, octal, or hexadecimal constant. While using binary numbers, hexadecimal is very useful. We can also write plus or minus sign before the digit. A prefix specifies the base or radix. For octal, it is 0, and for hexadecimal, it is 0 followed by small x or capital X. Like example, we can write here const int max num. Here we can write positive 10 here, and minus 90. We can write negative signs also, and a hexadecimal is represented by 0, capital X, F87. Coming to floating point constant, it has an integer part, a decimal part, a fractional part, and an exponent part. We can represent floating point constant in decimal or exponent form. While representing decimal, you must include the decimal point, the exponent, or both. And while representing exponent, you must include the integer part, the fractional part, or both. The signed exponent is represented by lowercase e or by uppercase e. The suffix is used to specify float and long double, where small f or capital F is used for float and small l or capital L is used for long double. Example here for floating for 0.125, it is represented with suffix of small f for float value, and for long double it's capital L, or here it's lowercase l. Character constant. They are enclosed in single quotes and can be stored in simple variable of character type. A character constant can be an escape sequence or a universal character. There are certain characters in C that represent special meaning when preceded by backslash. For example, for a new line, /n, or for tab /t is used. Here are some of the examples of character constants. Here, as n is a character constant which is written by single quotes. String literals, or we can say string constants. These are enclosed in double quotes. A string contains characters that are similar to character constant, like they can be plain characters, escape sequence, or universal characters. We can break a long line into multiple lines using string constants and separate them using white spaces. For example, here we can just write for human, he shouted, and then this backslash run. This is written in double quotes. This whole string is written in double quotes. Whereas to print this double quotes, once again we are just writing it with backslash and then again with backslash with double quotes. The escape character along with any character that follow it is called as escape sequence. Backslash character constants. In a C program, the escape character along with any character that follow it is called as escape sequence. As here we can see, here we have many escape sequence in which we will be using in the program, like /n, it is used for new line, /a for alert to get a sound beep. For backing up one character, we use backspace, and to start a new screen of page form feed is written, that is represented by /f. To move from one line to other line, we use /n as we discussed before, and to move at the beginning of the current line carriage return is used, and to go to next tab position /t is written and /v is written to move down a fixed amount. To print backslash, a double backslash should be written. Similarly, for single quotes, double quotes, and for a question mark, First, the backslash is given, followed by quotes or a question mark. Let's see an example for better understanding the concept of backslash character. This particular program, when compiled, prints this output in this pattern. As the slash and escape sequence is written, the compiler first goes to the new line and prints ABC. Then /r is given, ABC is printed, and then /r is given. It goes to the beginning of current line and updates the memory by storing DEF. And in the next line, as /b is written, it backups one character, that is the character F is erased from the memory and prints GHI. As /n is given, the compiler goes to next line and prints HAI. And as /t is given, it writes /t is written, it moves to the next tab position and prints hello. Defining constants. There are two simple ways to define constant, that is using hash define or by using a keyword const. Here are some of the examples which we will be writing, like hash define for length 10, and using const keyword we can write const int length is equal to 10. It should be written like this, is equal to, and as it is a statement it should end with a semicolon. Variables in C. A variable is a name of memory location used to store data. Its value can be changed and reused within a program. Rules for defining variables are: it must begin with a character. It should not be a C keyword. A variable name may be combination of lower and uppercase characters, and the max limit allowed is 31 characters. And a variable name should not start with a digit. Declaring a variable is to represent memory location through symbols so that it can be easily identified. Let's see the syntax to declare a variable. Here we have data type space variable list. For example, we can write int I comma j comma sum, where data type is int and I, j, sum, these are all a variable list. Yeah, that's it for this tutorial. Thank you guys. Do subscribe, like and share.